How's everybody doing? Where you from? Where you at? What are you doing? So I want to start off by just, reiterating some sentiments. That whole that whole Canelo-Makabu thing, that argument rages on. Y'all know how I feel about it. It's a simple situation. When you fight in the fights that people want to see, you don't have to chase Canelo for a payday because you'll have your own fans that give you your own payday. But when you want to play it safe and sit on your hands and not fight in interesting fights, you have to wait for Canelo for a payday. 1 second. May or may not be having a special guest join us here on the channel. It's actually the only reason I'm live right now because I've said pretty much everything that I need to say about the Canelo Makabu situation. It's not hard to understand. It's nowhere near as easy as these American pundits and American fight fans make it out to be, because if it were easy, we would see more guys doing it. The reality of it is, a lot of the guys that they like to hype up, they hype them up for reasons not related to boxing. It could be solidarity. It could be because they identify with a guy because the guy's from the same city or the same country, and that has absolutely nothing to do with boxing. Uh, Charlo's been at middleweight for 4 years. He hasn't unified a title yet. David Benavidez, he's a good fighter, but the reality of it is he lost his title 2 times due to things that he was doing, due to things that are under his control. So, I mean, why do you expect guys like me, the paying public, because I pay, I buy this stuff. I have a receipt for everything I buy. I got my receipts all in my email. I can pull them out at the drop of a hat to show you that, yeah, I am a member of the paying public. I don't just sit here stealing pay-per-views and talking about them on YouTube or Twitter. I'm actually a consumer of boxing. I have monthly subscriptions up the wazoo. I buy all kinds of fights that are all over the place, all over the world. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking out of my ass. So when I say that a fight is good or a fight is not good, I'm speaking from the perspective of a consumer and not the perspective of a thief that's just gonna fire stick every goddamn fight and then sit on Twitter talking about it like you're not taking the food off of these fighters' plates. That's what you're doing when you steal those fights. I always take it back to what happened to Jadakiss when he dropped his first album. Uh, uh, it was bootlegged in the streets so much that it affected the actual album sales in stores. And you can sit here all day and tell me that you think Jade is great and Jade is this and Jade is that. But if you stole his album, you stealing food off of his plate. If you bought the bootleg and you didn't go to Virgin Megastore like I did, yeah, you stealing, B. And you stealing off of their plate. If more of these guys would get their nickels and dimes and they pennies together to really support these guys that they love arguing about so much, we wouldn't have to have these conversations. Fox actually bought into the Luis Ortiz. Now, that's not what's going on, SSB. What's going on is that between Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin, between them, they want a certain amount of money that Fox is not just going to give them. So what Fox is going to do is put them on pay-per-view in the hopes that the money comes from me and you. That's what they're hoping for. That's how a fight like that ends up on pay-per-view. Basically what it is, we don't want to pay for this. We're not going to give you all this bread. What we're going to do, we're going to give you this amount of money, and the rest that you want, let the fans pay for that, because we're not going to pay for that. That's what that is. Shout out to Drew. They big mad at Nello. He's making fighters millionaires. Let's be real. Makabu is a stay busy fight. It's not a soft touch or a cherry like Garcia Salka. I mean, listen, it's a cruiserweight, bro. It's a cruiserweight. I'm not gonna lose sight of that. It's a full-blown cruiserweight. That's what it is. And before I look at that cruiserweight funny, before I look at him funny, I'm gonna look at who everybody else is fighting and ask myself, could the guy you're fighting go 12 rounds with this cruiserweight? And if the answer is no, then I don't want to hear nothing from you. Juan Montiel don't go 12 rounds with Lunga Makabu. Kyron Davis, don't go 12 rounds with Lunga Makabu. Jason Quigley, God bless him, he's a good kid. He don't go 12 rounds with Lunga Makabu. No, sir. No, sir. No. Enough of the grab assing. Before I look at Lunga and say, oh, I start pointing out this and that, I'm going to look at everybody that everyone else is fighting, and I'm going to ask, is this guy better than that guy? And if this guy ain't better than that guy, then I ain't worried about what y'all got to say. Because the only reason y'all not fighting each other is because you're still waiting for him. Why are you waiting for him? You don't have fans of your own. Why do you not have fans of your own? Because you don't fight the fights that people want to see you win. That's why they don't have fans of their own. People wanted to see Canelo versus Mayweather. People wanted to see Canelo versus Cotto. People wanted to see the Triple G fights. People wanted to see the Jacobs fights. Those were all fights that there was actually a demand for. They're like, oh, that's a good fight. I'd like to see that. All right. Those were all fights that people wanted to see. You know what people didn't want to see? Jermall Charlo versus Brandon Adams. They didn't want to see that. Jermall Charlo versus Dennis Hogan. Jermall Charlo versus who's this guy? Juan Montiel. I don't want to see that. Jules, you think Cinnamon is doing these things to maybe retire sooner than? Yes, I do. I actually want him to retire. I don't think he has anything to prove. And if you let these guys goad you into staying in the sport too long, they want you to destroy yourself and destroy your body. If you can leave this sport having done everything he's done, made all the money that he's made, and having plans for the future and the talent in his country, why should you stick around? At 31 years old, compare Canelo's resume to all these other guys that are 31 years old. How does it look? They acting like that first half of Canelo's career don't exist. The Angulo, the Mayweather, the Trout, the Lara, the Cotto. They act like none of that happened. Miguel Cotto is a bigger name on Canelo's resume than any name you'll find on any of these guys' resume. It's a bigger name. Stop me when I tell a lie. It's to me, it's silly. The sport is dangerous enough as it is, right? But this guy takes more risks than they do. They say, oh, well, he only does what he does because he has the clout to do so. Okay, how did he get the clout? He got the clout by fighting in the fights. That's how he got the clout. He got the clout by fighting in the fights that people actually wanted to see, because at least Golden Boy understood supply and demand. If there's a demand for a fight, you supply it. What you don't do is substitute it the way the PBC does, because what they like to do is give you shit that you ain't even asking for and try to charge you an arm and a leg for it. Which do y'all think that Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz should be on pay-per-view? Was y'all even asking for that fight? Show of hands in the comments who was asking for Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz. Somebody, please. Agree, them cats got to fight each other after the supposed best of the best want to see the best cash cow to make the excuses, avoid one another. The number 6 should fight the number 5. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, a lot of people like to say that Mike Tyson, that he didn't fight nobody. That's not true. Mike in his prime fought 8 out of the top 10 guys in his division. 8 out of the top 10. You would be lucky to get these guys fighting one guy in the top 10. But go back to the old top 10 before Mike got locked up, before the whole Robin Gibbons situation, right? Mike fought 8 out of the top 10 guys on that list. And you can't get these guys to fight one. Or if they fight one, they think that, oh, well, that's it. I don't got to do nothing after that. I fought one guy. I don't got to do nothing after that. We gonna get a relay on Canelo outmaneuvering the PBC, getting the bag and leaving. Long-term, Jules, how do you see Nello and Reynoso developing Mexican boxing? Maybe Nello wants to be a half promoter too. Few things. First, we need to know who the provider for the Makabu fight is gonna be. We don't know if it's gonna be DAZN. We don't know if it's gonna be Showtime, because Canelo could work with Showtime independently without Al, since he's not fighting a Heyman fighter. Lunga Makabu is not a Heyman fighter. So what Canelo can do is go to Stefan Espinoza and say, hey, do you want to carry this fight? he could go to DAZN and say, hey, do you want to carry this fight? And then out of the two, whoever's willing to put up the most money, that's who he lets do the fight. He may have outmaneuvered Heyman. I think that we can say that because his next fight is not against the Heyman fighter. So he took his money and ran. Like, that's it. I got my 40 mil. I wanted to be undisputed. I was not here to help your stable of fighters. I was not here to help you sell pay-per-views to your network affiliate. I was not here for that. I was here because I wanted Caleb's red belt. Now that I have it, I don't need you, and I'm going to go fight Lunga Makabu. And then with that fight, what I can do is I can shop that fight to Fox, or I can shop that fight to ESPN, Showtime, DAZN, and whoever's willing to give me the most money for that fight, that's who I'm going with. Shout out to AJJJJ. Rice, yo, I was waiting for that. Nah, let me stop playing. Let me just stop playing. Let me stop playing. As stated, may or may not have a special guest. Canelo's dad said Makabu is a tougher fight than Charlo. It is a tougher fight than Charlo, Rob. David's dad said, fucking Jesus, you got time today or something. Hey, yo, look, man. I honestly do think that Makabu is a tougher fight than Charlo. Where does Charlo get this air of being a monster from having done what? Fighting Sergey after Jacobs and Gennady beat him? What? Where does he get this air of being a monster? Like, where? From what? You want my honest opinion? If you put Lunga Makabu in there with Jermall Charlo or David Benavidez, he knocks them both out. Why do I feel that way? Because I saw David Benavidez get dropped in the Gavril fight. I saw that. I saw the Korobov fight. I seen the fights, bro. If you put these boogeymen that Canelo's supposedly afraid of in there with Lunga Makabu, yo, they'll get knocked out. They'll get knocked out. I ain't lying. That's how I feel about it. Why? Because y'all not used to fighting the best in your own division. Y'all don't fight the best in your own division. So what's going to happen to you if we put you in there with a top dude at cruiserweight? Y'all don't fight the best in your own weight class. Now, Canelo, he fought who was the best middleweight at the time? Gennady Golovkin. Who did Canelo fight 2 times? Gennady Golovkin. At 168, everything was divided. Nobody had established themselves as the best. So what does Canelo do? He fought all the guys with the belts. Now I'm the best. Well, I fought all the guys that got the belts. It's not complicated. Like, ain't no revisionist version of history around here. The best middleweight wasn't Jermall Charlo. I'm sorry to say. It wasn't Demetrius neither. And I like Demetrius. But the best middleweight at the time was Gennady Golovkin. And who did Canelo fight 2 times? Gennady Golovkin. That's all I'm saying. What are we talking about? Shout out to James Jackson. I honestly don't see what's so special about David. I see it. I see the potential, but it's being squandered. I see the potential, but it's being squandered. He could be better, but for me, he has stayed too long at super middleweight. He's really big for that division. And if you keep him there too long, it's going to start to weaken him. The cuts, it'll start weakening him, having to make that 168 or 169 or whatever, because he didn't even weigh 168 for the last fight. He came in a pound over. And because it wasn't an eliminator, it was a short notice opponent, he was able to do that. But it's like, yo, dog, that dude need to be at light heavyweight. He is too big for that division now. He been there since he was like, what, 22, 23 or some shit? He been there too long. That dude is too big to keep squeezing down to 168. David needs to move up and fire. Yo, David need to go to Top Rank, because David needs to go to light heavyweight, right? Now, who has the light heavyweights? Top Rank has them. If he wants fights, that's where he need to go. Joe Smith, for example, and here's an example, right? Joe Smith versus David Benavidez a year from now is a big fight. Mexican fans, New York fans, Long Island Irish, the Irish fans, and all of that. You can make a lot of money with a fight like that. But if you going to stay over there and you going to keep scratching and sniffing for a Charlo fight, I don't know what to tell you because they can't force him to fight him. Canelo giving out network bids instead of purse bid. Exactly, Drew. This ESPN pay-per-view will be the first that is strictly digital, no cut going to cable or satellite providers. If it's a success, I can see ESPN in the Canelo business, and they have my money. My guy, Terrence Crawford. They tried to freeze him out, but they couldn't keep him out forever. He's got a very excellent fight this weekend. They got my goddamn money. I'm like, because like I said, I am a consumer. I pay for boxing. So when I speak, I'm speaking from the perspective of a consumer of boxing. And if I tell you, yo, a fight is good, then the fight is good. If the fight is bad, I'm gonna tell you the fight is bad. It's not worth your money. It's not worth your money. You know what I'm saying? But you got guys on Twitter, they don't buy the pay-per-views of the guys that they supposedly support. So if you don't support them, why the fuck you want me to support them? If you don't support that pay-per-view, then why the fuck you want me to support that shit? Hey, what's goody, Cheatnello Alvaroid? I know you mad that Canelo shining, but there's always gonna be somebody that's mad. If I had to change my whole name, my whole handle to somebody else, it's like, bro, you doing too much. Then again, I am old. I don't have the energy for shit like that. Yo, Jules, that's not important. Y'all don't need to know what I am. I'm not from your little blue planet. That's why I don't play by y'all rules, because I'm not from over here. I'm from somewhere way out there. We do what we want to do out there, and we do it well. I ain't from over here. Well, the same thing happened. Yo, Jay is well, B. Yo, man, I was surprised when Kofi got beat, man, because he got really fast hands for a heavyweight. I heard he's a Marine. I heard he's Marine Corps, and I was surprised when Jonathan Rice beat him, man. It's wild out here. I didn't know that fight needed a rematch though, but guess what I say? He's some place that Usyk from space. That's right. Me and Usyk is from the same neighborhood in the stars. We're actually from the same neighborhood in the stars, same constellation. Shout out to my Capricorn brothers everywhere, like Drew. We're hard workers. We're good people. We love everybody, and we're very honest. Jules, you see it. Top Rank using UFC pay-per-view model on ESPN Plus. Those offers to Canelo for Joe Smith or Better Beef will be nice if this and I'm hoping it is a success, Drew. I encourage, listen, let me tell y'all, I encourage all of y'all. This pay-per-view don't cost a lot of bread. Somebody gonna get knocked out. Somebody gonna get exposed. If you ask me, right, Crawford gonna knock Sean out. I love Crawford. Y'all know that, right? But either way, buy the fight, support boxing. Don't be like them guys on Twitter stealing shit. Support that shit, all right? So that more of the fights that you want to see happen. Because we wanted to see Crawford against a PBC welterweight. Well, now we got that. So support the fight. Buy the fight. Canelo could knock out Wilder, and the LDBC was still complaining. They accused him of cherry picking. Well, yo, that's what I mean. Look, I had a cat. Let me look up this guy's name, this idiot. It was a dude I had in the comments, right? What's this dude name, man? Man in the Water. I had this dude named Man in the Water. He leaving all types of comments and shit, right? And I'm like, yo, dog, if you impressed with the matchmaking for Charlo and you impressed with the matchmaking for Davis, when you try to criticize Canelo, people gonna look at you crazy because he went undisputed in 11 months. What the fuck have they done? He about to go up to cruiserweight to fight a cruiserweight. Fucking Jamal won't go up to super middleweight to fight a super middleweight in a division that Canelo just unified. It's like, bro, like, nah, man. Can we get Ring IQ out to MS? Maybe. I still got ties up there. I still got family over there. My sisters and them is still up there. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I enjoy the country life. I'm at an undisclosed military installation somewhere in America, and I like being off the grid, sort of. I'm not really off the grid because I'm on the internet with y'all, but you know what I mean. David gets more credit for beating an undersized middleweight in Kyron Davis than Canelo for going undisputed in 11 months. Yo, you telling me, James? You telling me? This what I'm going to say, right? I wholeheartedly believe that David wants the Canelo fight because he believes he can win. I also believe that Demetrius wants that fight because he believes that he can win. It's not just the money to those two guys, but to a lot of other cats, some of them that y'all like. Yeah, it's just about the money, bro. You just chasing a bag. You don't care if you win or lose, which says a lot. That tells me that you don't even deserve the fight because the paying public is here to see a show. They want to see a guy that believes he gonna win and another guy that believes he gonna win. So we get a contest out of this shit. Tim Bradley, shout out to Tim Bradley, he characterized the shit the best on Fight Hype when he was talking about the shit that we was talking about right here. That Caleb, this is the biggest fight of your career. This is the biggest stage you ever fought on. This is for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. And you over here, you like my jab? You like my jab? Am I bringing it back fast enough? Am I bringing the hand back fast enough? You like my parry? What about my parry? You like my pivot and my shift? You like what I'm doing here? Huh? You want to catch a mocha latte with me later? Venti mocha latte? Like, bro, like, what are you doing, bro? I've been watching this sport for decades. I never seen nobody do that shit. I'm pretty good, right? I'm all right. You like how I move? I'm all right. 21-0, I'm all right. Shout out to Alicia Baumgartner. Alicia very recently fought on the biggest stage of her career. Biggest platform, biggest fight of her career. No fuss, no muss, sticks out that jab, real relaxed, real smooth, like room temperature Hennessy, sticking out that jab, moving, sticking, moving. Walks Terry into the... I want y'all to pay attention to the knockout. This is why I love this girl, right? Terry jabs at Alicia's midsection right before the knockout. She shoots a jab to Terry's to Alicia's midsection. Alicia don't back up. She didn't give up no ground. She took the jab to the midsection. She stood right there waiting for her to come in again. The next time she came in, it's beautiful. Watch it back. It's beautiful. She just stood right there. Like, oh, you gonna try that again. You gonna try to hit me there again. I got you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Eddie Hearn was all smiles in that new interview when asked if he and Canelo will work together again and welcome Ellaby and Aram hate. Bro, they only hate on you when you do. No, I ain't going to. Matter of fact, I am going to say that. They only hate on you when you're doing good. They only hate on you when you. They only hate on you when you doing all right. Because if you was doing bad, bro, they ain't even going to bother with you. But when you doing good, oh, they going to hate. The confusion is that everything is hate. No, everything is not hate. Sometimes motherfuckers is just telling the truth about your ass. That's just facts. So, like, everybody calls everything hate now. If I sit here and say that Ortiz and Martin don't belong on pay-per-view, that's not hate, bro. I'm a consumer. I spend money on boxing, and I'm telling you, I ain't gonna spend money on that. If I tell you, Davis versus Isaac Cruz is not a pay-per-view worthy fight, I'm not hating, bro. I am a consumer. I buy pay-per-views. And I'm telling you, I ain't gonna buy that one. And I know that y'all don't want to buy that shit neither. That's not hate. I'm keeping it real with you. It's wild out here, man. They mad at Canelo because he want to be a world champion in every sense of the world. In every sense of the word. He want to take the world on and all of that. I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at him. Like, to me, he paid his dues, B. He paid his dues. Talk to me when Charlo has a Cotto fight that sells 900,000 pay-per-view buys. Talk to me. Talk to me when he has a rivalry like that. That was the Ajo Puerto Rico versus Mexico rivalry. 900,000 pay-per-view sold in what was interpreted at that time as a very close fight. It was not interpreted as a foregone conclusion that, oh, he gonna win or he gonna win. It was a very close fight. Canelo fought a prime Lara when there was no reason to fight a prime Lara. He fought Trout after Trout beat Cotto. The dude fought the fights, B. I don't want to hear it. I don't care if these cats just started watching boxing in 2017 and 2018. Bro, I've been watching boxing since Chavez versus Camacho. That's how long I've been a fan of the sport. And I remember the night of the fight because it was a fight party. Everybody from the block. Jules, you think Virgil is going to stay on the WBC or who? No, I think he's going to stay on the WBC. I think he's going to stay on the WBC because underneath it all, even if Virgil wants the Crawford fight, I don't know if his people want that for him. I don't know if they want that for him. If Charlo won't go up to 168 for Canelo, why don't he chase Triple G fight? Triple G old now. Well, he could chase Triple G, but this is the problem, big boy. Triple G has an exclusive contract with the zone. That means he can't leave like Canelo. See, Canelo could leave because he a free agent. He don't gotta stay over there. But Triple G do gotta stay over there for another 3 fights. After the Murata fight, he still owed him 2 more fights. 2 more fights, right? So Charlo, if you want him, you have to go over there to get him. But you're not going to do that. When they offered you $7 million to fight Demetrius Andrade, what you did? You stayed over there on Showtime. That's why I don't believe him. I don't believe you want Gennady Golovkin because everybody know he under contract. He can't come to you. Comes on now. Lara has some good wins. That's horrible robbery versus Paul Williams before Cannoli for him. Can't believe I'm helping big up Cannoli, but here we are. Yo, look, Doc, I'm in agreement with you. I know that Canelo is not perfect, but here's the kicker. Nobody's career was perfect. Where some people will tell you, okay, Canelo got a gift against Golovkin, right? He got a gift against Golovkin, right? Okay, cool. Let's say I agree with you, right? All right, some people will tell you Mayweather got a gift with Castillo. Some people will tell you he got a gift in the first Maidana fight. Some people will tell you that Oscar got a gift with Felix Sturm, that he got a gift in the Pernell Whitaker fight. The list goes on. It's like that. It's like that. A lot of people look at how the WBC treats Canelo, right? That they give him preferential treatment, right? They gave Sugar Ray Leonard preferential treatment. They let him fight for 2 world titles at one weight. A super middleweight title and a light heavyweight title. That was the Donnie Lalonde fight. When he fought Donnie Lalonde, it was 2 different versions of the WBC title on the line. None of this shit is new. None of it. It been going on. So when I see that Canelo paid the dues, right? He paid the dues. I ain't gonna be mad at him. I'm gonna look at y'all and I'm gonna ask, when are y'all gonna pay y'all dues? Because a lot of y'all is not young. Charlo 31 years old. He 31, B. He 31. He not 22, 25. Nah, you 31. You the same age as him. And you don't want to fight Benavidez, though. Nah, right? Nah, I can't fight. All right, then. I don't care. Like, I did not watch the Montiel fight. That's how I do that. Like, when Davis fight Cruz, I'm not buying that shit. Who does the winner of Rice versus? Come on, Jay. Yo, Jay, man, stop playing, man. Y'all cats is wild out here. And shout out to Lucia Malena. Let me just post this. Let me post the link. Because I don't even think I posted the link to the live on Twitter. So let me post it. Shout out to Lucia Malena. I'm not gonna go live for the actual fight, but I'm gonna go live with Lucia after the fight. I'm gonna go live with her on her channel. Live right now on Twitter. Wait, did I write? Yo, I literally wrote Twitter. I'm wilding. I'm wilding. And shout out to Lucia. Those of you that are not subscribed to Lucia Melena's channel, subscribe to Lucia. Honest to God, one of the most knowledgeable fans I've spoken to on male and female boxing. That girl know her shit. She's from Argentina. Subscribe to her channel. Speaks 3 goddamn languages. English, Spanish, and fucking French, man. Fucking genius. Fucking genius. Alexi, que lo que? I'm just keeping the lines open. If you're wondering why I haven't posted the link in the subscription box yet, it's because I'm keeping the line open for what could be a special guest or special guests. Because it's a lot going on. It's been a busy week. I'm going to have Sinicia Superbad Estrada here tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. Shout out to her dad, Joe, for setting the whole thing up. I appreciate that, Joe. Always helping out, always being cool, man. Appreciate that, bro. And any questions y'all might have for her, we could do that too. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, dog, you got to support, man. You know what I mean? You like a fighter, support they ass, B. Support they ass. Grow they buzz, man, so they get that goddamn money. Because I get money, man. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Y'all understand. I get money. That's one of my skills. I got a lot of different skills. I know a lot of different shit. One of them shits is knowing how to make money. I'll turn nothing into something bigger. That's what I do, Shane. I'm from Holland, Shane. That's what I do, Shane. Okay, Shane? That's what I do, Shane. Alicia's, hey, I ain't say that, bro. I wish she would come on. That'd be dope if Alicia came on. That'd be dope. Y'all get to congratulate her if she comes on. She lived up to her word. For all the different prima donnas and all these guys that's scared to go overseas, they don't want to go to nobody's backyard. Alicia Baumgartner. She went to the backyard, man, came home with a belt. Aye. Alicia Baumgartner, goddamn it. That's how it's done. You want a good ambassador for the sport in this country? It's that girl. That's because that's how the fuck you do that shit. You go over there, you do the shit, and you bring back the shit. And she brought back the shit. All right? That's how the fuck you do that fucking shit. All right? Motherfuckers now, they don't want to go nowhere. Nobody want to go nowhere. Like, why don't want to go nowhere? If you believe in yourself, you believe in your abilities, you believe in your skills, you believe it's your time, you gonna go. Like, nah, I'm gonna go over there because I'm gonna win when I get over there. It don't matter if the fight is there, here on the roof, under the ground. I'm gonna win. That attitude, you don't see that a lot, but you saw it in Alicia. She believed in herself, took the fucking fight. All right, she ain't complained. Like, no, I don't want to do it over there. No, I don't want to do it. Like, nah, somebody give you an opportunity, bang, go over there. That's the shit. That's the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I truly believe if Dubois and Joyce rematched, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if Daniel is really ready. I don't know if he really ready because whatchamacallit is back with Ismael Salas. I seen that Joe Joyce, he got the ponytail now. He got the man bun. And he's with Salas, B. As long as he got that little Cuban man in his corner, B, I just don't know, man. Them platform shoes, I just don't know, man. That's a hell of a trainer, man. That's a hell of a corner. Joyce is underrated. He's solid. I agree. He is solid. And yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like, we out here, man. We out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that fucking shit. Get the opportunity. You do what you gotta do. You pay the cost to be the boss. Yo, word, Thrash. That's them shits. He be wearing them platform shoes. Alicia kept saying, and yo, dog, they gonna be able to make a movie out that girl, man. Cause she been that way. She always believed, yo, I'm the best. I'm telling you, she believed that shit. She went over there and she did the shit and she got the fucking bout, yo. All right? And it's not over. It's gonna be a big 2022 for that girl. Watch. I've been telling y'all about these fighters for how long? I'm like, watch this one, watch that one, watch this. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's her time. Shit, that coffee is so fucking good, yo. I make a mean cup of café con leche, man. Everything is just right, man. The sugar's right, the milk is right, the coffee grind is right. I stirred it just the right way. It's the right temperature, not too hot, not too cold. It's fucking perfect, yo. I'm so fucking skilled, yo. I'm like pound for pound with the coffee, B. Pound for pound with the coffee, B. I still don't get over Mayor's video. Yo, I just love that they have that and that they have each other. That you have Michaela Mayer, you have Alicia Baumgartner, you have two girls with serious skills and serious star power, and they're rivals because that's what makes fights big. That's what makes a fight a big fight. And that's what the sport needs. It needs fighters like that. You know what I'm saying? It's the Ring IQ Coffee Club out here. We drinking coffee out here. We drinking coffee out here. Drinking that coffee out here. Yo, I keep hearing about that coffee, bro. Black Rifle. I keep hearing. I might have to buy that shit. Where you get that shit at? I ain't see that at Aldi. I heard that. Not for nothing. I heard Siri. I heard that Black Rifle shit is actually really good, yo. Honest question. Does maricón mean no? Maricón. You know what, Mari? Yo, look. The better translation for what maricón means is bitch ass. That's more than clown. Clown could be maricón is like more insulting because if you wanted to call somebody a clown, you would just payaso. That's clown literally. Payaso is a clown, and that is an insult in Spanish. But if you call somebody a maricón, that's worse than calling somebody a payaso. Clarissa Shields looking at Alicia get the shine and support like, oh boy. And Belly looked at DMX. Oh, yo, look, I ain't even gonna plant the seed. All I know is y'all know I've been a fan of Alicia for a long time. Shout out to her. I'm very happy for her, very proud of her. All right. And relish the moment because she got a lot. They're gonna come for her in 2022. They're gonna come for her. They're gonna try to get her. And she gotta be on her P's and Q's. Don't celebrate too much because now the target is on your back and they're gonna come after her. Yeah, Doc. Yeah. Like if you caught somebody that maricón, that's worse than calling them a payaso. That's actually a lot worse than calling them a payaso. Who would you pick to be the prime Amir Khan without being able to knock him out? Man, why we gotta put all these stipulations? That's stupid, bro. That's too many. Like, so I can't pick somebody to knock his ass out? Well, come on. Who? I don't like Aldi or Lidl. I go to Aldi, I go to Shoppers, I go to Giant. It all depends on what it's for. I get my supplements from Giant. I'll go to Aldi for certain stuff. I'll go to Walmart for certain stuff. It all depends on what it's for. I will say it, Alicia. I mean, look, hey, I'm not even. I'm not going to do that. Y'all could do that. I'm not going to do that. I am Switzerland. Switzerland. All right. I am a holy Capricorn. All right. I am everybody's friend. Or I try to be good to everybody. Love thy neighbor. Love thy enemy. All of that. Trader Joe's. Man, that shit, that overpriced bullshit. Trader Joe's is like Wegmans. If you eat bird seed and shit like that, yeah, you fuck with Trader Joe's. If you eating bird seed, like let me get some flaxseed oil, some fish oil. I need some omega-3 fats, some amino acids. Like, man, listen, man, I'm here for pork chops. Straight up. I'm here for pork chops. I ain't here for all that shit. I'm not. I eat pork, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I love ham. I was good. He pulled check. Real Latinos shop at the carderas en el super. Ay. Yo, real Latinos in New York shop at C-Town, bro. C-Town and Pathmark. Matter of fact, really, it depends. Si la compra va a ser grande, then you go to a Pathmark. Pero si es para azúcar, un arroz, unos plátanos, Man, I'm going up the fucking block, bro. I'm just gonna go up the block to the corner store. Fuck, I look like going all the way to Pathmark for Platins. Bro, it's a store right up the block. Price sell them shits $3-4. I ain't doing all that. Is Alicia's next fight is gonna be on Matchroom. It's gonna be against her mandatory challenger, according to Eddie Hearn. That's out of his mouth, not mine. I saw the video. He said they're gonna get Alicia out there early next year against her mandatory. They're gonna put Terry Harper in a 10-rounder, different girl. She's not going straight into the rematch. Then if they both make it through, they do the rematch. I think something else might happen. Don't rule out Harper versus Choi. Don't rule it out. They got to find something for Hyun-Mi Choi to do, because if they don't, Natasha Jonius, her pretty self, she might get the people over there at Boxer and Sky like, yo, get me Choi. They don't have nothing for Choi. Choi just out there. Get me Choi. Make her offer. Bang, Natasha's back in the running with a belt. It's a lot of ways it could break down. Fuck around Michaela looking at the shit like, yo, Bob, get Hyun-Mi Choi. Why? Alicia about to fight a mandatory. Terry about to fight some other girl in a 10-rounder. What's Choi doing? I'll tell you what she ain't doing. She ain't fighting me, so go get her. It's a lot of shit. It could break down a lot of ways, man. Nah, I think Terry could beat Choi. I think Terry could beat Choi. She with them, but her last fight wasn't a matchroom fight. The fight I saw in the wee hours of the morning, that was in South Korea. That wasn't a matchroom show. Clint said he want Charlo next. Man, Charlo not going to take the fight, man. That dude is a fucking... I don't give a fuck about them guys, to keep it real with you, yo. Like, they not fighting each other. They not fighting shit. Who fucking cares? Oh, also, for those that don't know, I'm actually going to be joining the round table later on today at 8 o'clock East Coast time. We're going to be talking about a myriad of subjects, some of the greatest boxing minds here on YouTube, some of the most opinionated opinions. Shout out to Hispanics Causing Panic. Shout out to D-Style, G-Funky, Maestro. Shout out to Beeb. Shout out to the whole round table. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be on there later at 8 o'clock. And we're going to chop it up about the lawsuit. We're going to chop it up about the Crawford, about the Canelo, about the Makabu. So y'all look out, 8 o'clock East Coast time. Go over to the round table. Feel me? Because I'm going to be over there. London, what's good, y'all? Unless Eddie hands Choi a bag, she has no incentive to fight Harper. You right, bro. Mario Figueroa, como... What's goody, bro? Muchas gracias. Or Charlo takes his swipes at other fighters on social media. The Duck King. Ay! Hot takes in the morning. Well, it's not morning, it's evening time. Leo, que lo que? Leo. And I don't know, like, look, it was supposed to be like an impromptu kind of thing, right? But my ass is starting to hurt from sitting in this chair. And I need my shit to be ready for the round table at 8 o'clock. So I might have to cut this one short. I was goody, see breezy. I be your Stella. Or the round table is D Styles. D Styles. All right? Yo, I could do this shit with the super chat. I just realized that. Can't see me. I'm hiding. Can't see me. Where I went? Which is the cherry picking song? I forgot. The Beat on him. Oh shit, I'm off key, man. I ain't sung in a minute. I'm wild off key. I don't normally be off key. I'm wild off key, man. I'm wild off key, man. The homie, Kaylee Rice, having a unification match tomorrow on the zone. I believe she's gonna win on points. I've already uploaded my prediction video. I'm putting the positive energies out there for her. It's her fucking year, right? It's her fucking year to do the big shit. She's gonna win that fucking fight. The highlights for Alicia aren't up on the zone yet. I think are they on the YouTube channel? I think they're on the YouTube channel, bro. Cause I seen the highlights. Them shits was everywhere that weekend, them highlights. That's right, cause my fucking ass is starting to hurt. And I'm starting to like get a cramp on my fucking, I don't know what this shit is. This human shit that I have. What is more protected, Fort Knox or Javante Skank Davis? That's a good question. I'd say Davis. At least Fort Knox gets visitors. Julius, it looks like the Spartan now cares about. Of course, he only cares. Bruh, you already know. You already know. They're in the full card highlight vid. Do you think Buatsi's hand injury was lucky? Because you want my honest opinion, big boy, I think the injury is not real. I think that they realized Ramirez versus Gonzalez, the winner of that fight, they're going to be B-Ball's mandatory. So why are we going to put our boy Buatsi in there to fight Vlasov and he could lose when even if he win, he not going to be the mandatory. Even if he win, he won't be the mandatory. Ramirez Gonzalez is going to be the mandatory. So I think they pulled him out. Like, nah, fuck that shit. We not going to do that. Between that and Terry getting knocked out and Kid Galahad getting knocked out and Josh Warrington getting knocked out, nah, we not going to do that. We ain't even going to do that. Like, nah, cancel that shit. Cancel that shit. What we might get is Buatsi versus Rada. All right, we might have a very special guest, a fighter, a special fighter, very special fighter. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to let it be a surprise. Special fighter, all right? And y'all can feel free to ask y'all questions, but y'all know the drill. If y'all want me to ask a question that y'all got to put it in the form of a super chat because I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at them. So I can't read the comments and look at them at the same time. It's going to look weird. It's going to look wild. Let me get my phone on the charge. I just realized my phone about to die. yo, Daniel's wild, B. Bro, Canelo está en México ahora, man. Él está en el WBC Convention. Él no está por aquí. Ese tipo tiene mucho trabajo, muchas cosas que tiene que hacer. Mork, what are your thoughts on the WBC possibly changing the weight of cruiser to 190? Honest opinion, they're going to alienate the rest of the cruiserweights from themselves because the cruiserweights aren't going to want to make that. They're not going to want to have to cut the extra 10 pounds. So they're going to actually cost themselves money doing that. Give me a second, my son. But yeah, yo, I think that, there's our special guest. Everybody welcome the reigning WBC super featherweight champion. How you doing, man?
I